and I'm going to make you co-host so people can join. And actually, we have. Oh, I think there is no waiting room anymore.
How's it going, JR? We're just gonna give it like 2 or 3 minutes here and then we'll get started.
Yes, and question for you, Lataro: are we live on LinkedIn?
Yeah, it should pop up in like a minute or two here.
So when we are live there, just let me know
We're live.
you're live. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, okay, so we'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes, and I just want to thank you for joining and this conversation. I'm going to share my screen, and I I want to just start the conversations about why account qualification is important. And it seems to be a different perspective. It's very obvious things, but what I'm going to share seems to be a bit um, kind of underserved type of topic, which is account qualification in our way of thinking is maybe 70, 80% of good personalization, good target, good outreach. So it affects a lot of things we are dealing with inside our sales funnel. Um, the way I'm going to discuss it is why qualification matters. A lot of time we think if we write the better emails with AI, people would click and engage, but most of the time we are sending the wrong message to people who don't even care, and that is a real problem. A lot of time, even if we use NQOs with paid ads, we get our sellers, our salespeople, to call and research, analyze people that 70% of them, up to 70%, again, based on the numbers, might be unqualified right away. So imagine that you're spending hours of the month on something that like the kind of you like if you can expect that 70% probability they were not qualified, but it still takes a lot of time and energy and resources. And the other thing is we get these lists from tools like Zoom Info, Apollo, even some Sixth Sense, Intent Data, and within that we still have a lot of unqualified leads and unqualified accounts, and we just need a few seconds to check their website or look at them, and quickly we can qualify them. It's not just keyword matching. A lot of time we need that few milliseconds or seconds of reasoning, and for that we pay a lot of money for finding verified phone numbers and emails. Sometimes it costs 10 cents to $1 to get a phone number, and you might get multiple people within an organization and enrich that data, and by just spending a few seconds you would know they're not qualified. And a lot of time salespeople go from one call to another, especially if they have cold caller BDRs and SDRs, and they are not they are young, they may not be that savvy about the business, and they go on a call, and a lot of time they would become like just kind of wasting time for both sides. And also, if you do campaigns, qualification is key, because the big problem in deliverability is low engagement. And low engagement, a lot of time, will be because of that they are not the right people we are talking to. And the qualification is the foundation of segmentation, which is kind of how we understand different ICPs, put people in the right buckets, and how to tailor our value props. Um, to make it like again, to highlight the importance of qualification, we are I would just want to put it this way. So if you have a good qualification in place, and you don't use AI, you don't use anything even after to just write personalized content, but it is the right person inside the right organization. And if you can also know which ICP they are, even template would outperform whatever we are doing even manually today. qualification is key. People care if you identify them and you show that respect and kind of you do your homework before you reach out to them. And even they have a solution for what we are pitching for. I think that could be still a positive conversation. So I'm going to just show you how we can do qualification within HubSpot. And there are two areas that there are two places inside HubSpot that we can do qualification with automation. One is workflows, and the other one is lead scoring. And if it comes to automation and workflows, you can use apply conditions. You say, hey, if they are industry equal oil and gas, company size is bigger than 5 or 10 or 100, the title contain this technology and location is a specific thing. Typically, things that we can get from enrichment tools, and sometimes for accounts, HubSpot automatically enrich it for us, and so we can use that condition. But that's all we can get from a keyword matchmaking and some kind of high level and there's like just keywords or some basic things. When it comes to lead scoring, a lot of times we deal with the data, which is I don't the way I would think about this, there is a structure, a true false, like a number of visits. If someone fills out a form and then you give them some score, and overall we have a weighted score, and we can start prioritizing them. But the thing is, it's important. These are things that already helps, but and in the age of AI, there where we have AI agents that can go and think like an expert for an organization. These are not enough, I would say. Like we can do much more and we can go much deeper. Quick intro about what we do. We are personalized. We are native solution within HubSpot. We enable to run AI agents specialized for different tasks, and you can run them on 10, 100,000, 10,000 of contacts or 100,000 of contacts in parallel, and which translate into automating lots of mundane, tedious tasks like researching qualification that I'm going to talk about today, segmentation, the drafting emails, follow-ups, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of opportunities that we can use AI agents. And the way we envision it is these agents are highly tested. They are getting to the point that we know they're consistent in inputs and outputs. We have different ways to optimize them for different verticals, with different businesses, with different expertise, and then we implement this. We have again, there are different workflows. I like to just highlight these 5 workflows, which is a combination. We find this like we bring a massive amount of kind of value to an organization by deploying our agents within these 5 workflows. And essentially, after these workflows are fully implemented, the company just need to add contacts or companies that it would trigger the right workflow. And then just kind of high level, we have qualification or ICP matchmaking. I'm going to talk about that, which is once a contact and a account are added to the CRM, we want to quickly qualify them. We don't want to waste any second or a team or resources on them. And then we have inbound and outbound campaigns. We have existing CRM, like we collected data of customers and leads over years, and we can't touch them because we have no idea who they are. Now we can qualify them and understand them, revisit who they were, why we cared about them 2 years ago, and see if we can reactivate them. And a lot of B2B, we have account-based kind of opportunities. So if the account is qualified, we want to find more contacts within the right persona, so we can target them and apply them. These workflows work in a combination with each other. So once this is qualified, you can trigger, if this is coming from a reactivation campaign from a past engagement, you can trigger an inbound workflow, outbound workflow. You can do different things depending on the case. But the beauty of that is again this is beyond our solution. With AI agents and having these types of autonomous workflows, we are changing the way we are running and leveraging CRMs for our sales and marketing. So just add contact and CRM from wherever sources coming from ads, from ZoomInfo, from Paulo, wherever they are coming, they will be fully qualified. They are the right sequence. They are fully tagged, and they will be taken care of depending on your needs. Again, these are five of many workflow, but we like these fives because this start handling a lot of basics. With these five, we have this rule of thumb that if you have these implemented for every 5,000 contacts in your CRM, you can equivalent that to one person full time per year to spend 20 minutes each of these contacts to apply and take care of these leads. If you spend already $10, $100, $200 to add that lead into your CRM through different investment of resources, that 20 minutes mean a lot for a kind of to fully leverage and kind of uh, try to figure to maximize the opportunity that exists in your investment, your data, those data that you already collect over years, and those are added over time. So I'm going to finish everything before 10, and I appreciate your time for giving it like a half an hour. I'm just going to just give you some examples, explore it together. Most of these slides, I'm not going through them anymore. That will be my last slide, then I go to the live. But essentially, I'm going to show you how we define a qualifier, an AI qualifier that understands our customers and how it's going to qualify them. Then we do a bit of testing to see if we are happy with the quality, the way it reasons. And then we just with one click, it's deployed, and we can use it inside HubSpot. So with that, I'm going to go to our dashboard in our studio. And if you know our studio from past, it's a bit different design and a layout since maybe a while ago. So I still a work in progress. We're doing a lot of improvement. We have a lot of feedback coming from people, so we are trying to apply them as fast as possible. But once you log in into our studio as a user, you have on the left side, you have what we call them pre-built runs, and each run might be one AI agent or a chain of AI agents that are responsible to do one task that means something to you. So they can write emails, they can cleanse data, it's like AI filters. And I'm going to today talk about this AI account qualifier. And once you click on them on the right side for each of them, there are a source of the data, there are inputs that you map from your data that you are bringing in, and then you return save the data for HubSpot into a specific custom properties, and that's all. And once you do it once, I can show you how we can do it and test it again and again, faster and faster. But before I go here, and actually I can do it here too. So when I come here, we always recommend that to add a demo test or a demo link or a contact test. Like I think that like if you are going to do some experimentation, no, you are not going to send emails to them. You just want to make sure that like this is a very good diversified type of leads, so you can test different kind of possibilities and see if you like the quality overall. So you can do maybe the more testing, and then you can turn it on inside your workflow, and everything will be on autopilot after. So to show that, we selected this test list, and we can select the number of contacts you want to retrieve. If the list is bigger than, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000, typically for new users, we ask them to contact us because we want to make sure that you are not because it's just a one push of button, but it might translate to a massive amount of kind of things will happen behind the scene, cost wise and also resources. So we want to make sure that you are ready for that. So we, especially for new users, we limit that. But all said, you select a number of records. Typically, we say start with one or two, three, and because it's HubSpot, it automatically detected a company name and company URLs. The ones I'm going to talk about are this qualification criteria and ICPs. And that's the way you are interacting with our solution. So the thing is that it's happening on the other platform. Let's call like Clay. If you use them, if you wanted to get this qualification, you have to know how to prompt, how to get that consistency, how to handle, how to AI need to leverage your data to understand different accounts and qualify them, how to research them. We In our platform, you don't need any consultant. You don't need any auto trials and errors. We did it over time. There are best practices in place, and they're consistent in the quality. And in this example, the account qualifier, you don't need to touch anything. It's ready to go. You just need to tell what ICPs you want to leverage and what qualification criteria. The first time you need to add these ICP variables, I'm going to show you. You can add it here and also within here, and when you're typing. But I already added here, so I'm going to just show you what I added at ICPs. For personalized, we have 5 ICPs. One is a company with outbound teams, and then the way we understand them, if they have SDRs, AEs, they are using tools like Instantly, Smartly, Apollo, and they very likely they have a volume on emails they're sending per month. And the same thing again, I'm trying to just pass that information to this run or this agent, so it just need to understand who I go after as a customer. The other one are company with massive inbound leads that they run paid, they have high traffic, they have paid ads, gated content. Based on their business, that would make sense that they're likely they have a lot of leads coming to their business. Some business, they don't have that opportunity. It's very technical and people are not actively looking for a solution. Therefore, you need to have an outbound motion in place. But some businesses are by default getting a lot of kind of traffic coming and they're asking for a code or a demo. Companies that, depending on different variables, if they have a massive internal database, because if and they might have subscribers, lots of trials, past customers, and we see that as another opportunity to treat them as a different ICP, different workflows, and technical sellers in another category. The more technical the sales is for an organization, that means a generic one model fits all types of models in the market wouldn't help them. And essentially, we will shine better. So we know how to guide AI to think like an expert and understand those jargons and leverage them. And cold callers, company that heavily invest on cold calling, you have a lot of strong use cases how to maximize the return on investment. When you need to still reach out to executive, go prepared, fully research without spending a second, and make sure that there is consistent the way you are engaging prospects and applying best practices all the time. And outbound agencies that they offer this SDR as a service or some kind of solution. So we can offer API partnerships, so we can work with them under the different kind of like a formats of partnerships. So, and the other thing I wanted this model to understand was the agentic workflow. So we have form submission workflows, qualification and segmentation workflows, outbound sequence, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to explain to you why these are important. And for qualification, I can have a different version, a long version. But for this one, I say if there is at least one of these ICPs are the companies qualified, if it is matches at least one of these ICPs, and so it is true. And if there's no match to none of these ICPs, so essentially we might again we can't serve everyone. So we want to just protect their time and our time. We don't. We just focus on those that we know we can add value to them. And again, we have also some hard constraints like the size of the company and so on and so forth. We also can bring enrichment data into this game as well. And we have ICPs I showed you, and just like maybe 3, 4, 5 of them. Let's make it 4. And oh, actually, I made a mistake. I needed to map the data there. So I need to wait, but actually I already did it before. So it is going to, it is going to work. Again, the data wouldn't go away, but I can still do the testing here. But it's that's why I made it super easy. But if I want to just see the results, I just did it for the same for few minutes ago before this demo. So if you go to see results, you see that I use company name, URL. I have some of the results here from my agents. So we have a script result, some assessment here, and I can see if it's true, false, and how it works. And but the thing is, if I want to go live with this, I need to make sure that the reasoning that is the way it qualify an account is the way I would think, and that's the area you can start seeing. Okay, it used a reasoning that is not the way I would think about my customers. I need to update that, and with a couple of iterations, with just optimizing that two variables I showed you, you run it again to just see if this is really true or false. You should just that's what I'm saying, that you need to have a diverse data, so you need some true and false. You can challenge the model to see if it can exclude companies you know they are not qualified, and if not, why, how we can handle that. So all that there, and once everything is good, you need to make sure that the outputs are mapped to the right custom properties. So typically, if I'm happy here, again, the results also here as well. So the one I showed you, it's already here, so I can quickly see the results here. And if I'm happy with everything, I just rerun it, map the results to, like, we have a number of custom properties added, so you can see personalized qualified. That's here. You can see ICP match, so you can see we can know exactly what ICP they are matched to, so we can start planning for them. And you can also have a model answer, which is a good overview of the company, and you can pass it to company overview. The naming is not very user friendly, but essentially that's the result of a model that fully analyzes a company based on a wide web search. So it is very deep, and then all together they are going to help to map it. Once you map everything and run it and test everything, you would do the same thing I did here. So you push up deploy and publish something, and the model will be live available inside HubSpot workflows. I'm going to stop this, but for the next few minutes of the call, I'm going to show you how everything comes together inside HubSpot. So when you go to HubSpot workflows, you just add the one account qualifier showed you. You would have a template ID. These are published. They're already taken care of. They are deployed inside HubSpot, so you can leverage them right away. You just map the inputs and you save it. Any lead will come to this workflow. It will check based on the company URL and company name. It can go and check different things. It can essentially qualify the company and look at which ICP they map, and based on qualification, you can treat them differently. That's one. The other thing that I want to highlight is lead scoring. So sometimes it's not about true false. You want to give more weight if the company is B2B. You want to give more weight if they are qualified with a specific qualifier. And sometimes it's like an expert in your team. It might not know all answer, but it does a good job in some aspects, and you want to leverage it for your scoring. And for I don't know, for the last 10, 20 years, maybe 10 years even, we just have page visited or form submissions, or if industry equals to oil and gas. For the first time, we can go much deeper. Things that can be, okay, this company has these types of sales motion. They have these types of kind of pricing model. They sell other B2B, and you can name it. We have company, they focus on the different types of machinery they have in manufacturing, what kind of buildings and for real estate they have, and altogether they're very special, but that give a priority, and you can treat them completely in innovative way inside your scoring, and scoring will translate into everything. So HubSpot, where the way personalized is designed, and we are going to further develop it that direction, is we want to be that invisible layer. HubSpot is amazing with lots of these capabilities. We want to just feed it with some AI intelligence that are highly scalable. You can run it for 10,000, 100,000. And again, if you look at other solutions, they are designed for a couple of hundred of records, or they are super expensive. It's like we are a tiny fraction of the cost, and we are very affordable when you're doing a big databases. And but that essentially it's there, and yeah, it's like to summarize, like if you have the data here, you saw like I showed you a couple of things like a ICP matchmake, like other dimensions that we have about this company. I showed you that we can add them to the qualification through a workflow, lead scoring. You can score them differently, but as a result, you have a fully prioritized list of companies and accounts and contacts. And altogether, the idea is once you are happy with that, you just push everything on autopilot. You publish this, and the list score you just review, turn it on, and you're set. Like, and you can visit back and see everything is tagged, labeled, prioritized, qualified. So it's kind of you. There's a good chance that also time we see between 30% or 50%. We know that there's a 70% theory that like you see a big chunk of your database will be excluded because kind of they are not right, but they are there. Now we have the opportunity to go and research every one of them and exclude them if they are not qualified. So you can protect your team, better targeting. You can also expand the one that are very high score, hot leads. Yeah. Yeah, that thanks very much for everything. Again, these webinars, my goal is kind of to bring some new ideas and um, hopefully practical examples of uh, new ways of using AI inside your HubSpot. And essentially, you can also think about the outside HubSpot as well. But essentially, we think this boring topic of qualification, sometimes we think it's very easy or it can be super powerful. And I think if you implement that, I would say if you don't do AI email personalization, you're still 80, 90% there because if you treat people the way that I know you, I research you, I know you have this pain point, people appreciate it, and that's the main majority of good react conversation in business development will happen. We talk to people in the right way. So yeah.
We'll stop it there. We're going to keep these meetings to 30 minutes once a week. I've sent everyone who joined our LinkedIn and our booking link. So if you do want a one-on-one conversation, we'd be more than willing to do that. But again, thanks for joining, and we'll be doing this again next week. So thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining, and let us know if you have any questions, and more than happy to help now, and specific examples or things that I didn't cover, let me know. Good talking everyone.